Meet Abdirahman Jibril. This dude had a bad day. Well, okay, he caused some pretty bad days. So, this guy decides a kitchen knife is the perfect accessory for a rampage through Würzburg, Germany. We're talking a train, a busy downtown, absolutely not the place you want to be wielding a blade. Now, I'm all for creative hobbies, but random stabbing spree is not the self-care routine I'd recommend. Abdirahman buddy, maybe try pottery next time. Things got so wild, civilians were taking on this guy with chairs. Like, imagine getting taken down by a patio set. Not exactly the legacy I'd want. Get this. Apparently, our knife-wielding friend had a history of getting a little stabby. You'd think after a few incidents, maybe someone hands the guy a spoon instead. But nope, here he was playing real-life Fruit Ninja with innocent bystanders. The police finally showed up and, surprise, surprise, they weren't down for this game of tag. You're bleeding! A quick shot to the leg and Abdirahman's rampage came to a screeching halt. Kinda anticlimactic for all that chaos, don't you think? And why, you ask? Did this dude go on a stabbing spree? Well, apparently he was feeling a little jihadi. His words, not mine. Look, everyone needs a reason to get out of bed in the morning, but this ain't it, chief. So Abdirahman ends up in the hospital nursing his gunshot wound and probably a hefty dose of regret. The authorities naturally are like, dude, what's your deal? Turns out this guy wasn't exactly a model citizen. He arrived in Germany as a refugee a few years back and had been racking up a rap sheet longer than a CVS receipt. We're talking assault, threats, the whole shebang. Clearly, the guy had some anger management issues, or maybe he was just collecting crimes like Pokemon. Either way, not the best look, you know? The funniest part, and by funny I mean darkly ironic, is that just a month before this whole knife party, Abdirahman spent some quality time in a psychiatric facility. You'd think they'd cover don't go on stabbing sprees in Therapy 101, but apparently not. Meanwhile, Würzburg is reeling. People are shaken, understandably so. Imagine grabbing groceries, and the next thing you know, some lunatic is playing Edward Scissorhands in the frozen food aisle. Definitely gives you a new appreciation for uneventful shopping trips. The whole thing was a mess, lives ruined, families shattered, and a city left questioning how this could even happen. It's enough to make you want to move to a deserted island and befriend a volleyball. Wilson, is that you? The media, as they do, went into overdrive. News outlets were buzzing like angry hornets, trying to make sense of the senseless violence. You had your usual suspects, the blame the refugees crowd, the mental health crisis advocates. And let's not forget those always classy conspiracy theorists spouting off about mind control or whatever nonsense was trending that week. But amidst the chaos, there were also heroes. The folks who confronted Abdirahman armed only with chairs, umbrellas, and maybe some seriously strong coffee. These were ordinary people just trying to live their lives who stepped up when it truly mattered. Talk about bravery in the face of insanity. And then there were the victims. People whose lives were forever changed by this random act of violence. The ones who lost loved ones, who sustained injuries, and those who carried the emotional scars that may never fully heal. Their stories are heartbreaking, a reminder that the effects of something like this ripple far beyond the headlines. As everyone tried to piece together what happened and why, one question loomed large. How do we prevent something like this from happening again? It's a heavy question, and one that doesn't have an easy answer. Security measures were tightened, discussions about mental health support ramped up. But at the end of the day, there's always that lingering fear. Could this happen again? Could it happen anywhere to anyone?